an exam when suddenly a bird came into the classroom. Okay? Estábamos haciendo un examen cuando de repente, something happened. So we use the past continuous for something in the background. Or, the other day, I was walking in the street, and I saw my brother, I was walking in the streets and I saw my brother, okay? So it's something in the background, something happening already. That's the first use. Now, the second use of the past continuous, and this is important, it's when we are not interested in when something happened or when something started. Okay? This is crucial. Imagine I say, yesterday I woke up, me desperté, I woke up, and the sun was shining. Okay? The sun was shining. El sol estaba brillando. The sun was shining. Or the birds were singing. Los pájaros cantaban. The birds were singing. So let me ask you a question. When did the sun start to shine? ¿Cuándo empezó a brillar el sol? You don't know, obviously, and neither do I. Yo tampoco. So we aren't interested, okay? It's not relevant. It's not relevant, okay? So we say, I woke up and the sun was shining. I don't know when it started to shine, okay? Or, yes, the birds were singing. I don't know when they started to sing. Probably it's 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. I don't know. So the birds were singing, okay? It was something already going on. Good. So that's the second use of the past continuous, and now the final use. We use the past continuous when two things or two events are happening at the same time. And we normally use the preposition while, okay? Mientras. So my father was watching the football match while I was doing my homework. Okay, my father, he was watching the football match while I was doing my homework. Okay, the two things were happening at the same time. Okay, so we use while and two actions at the same time. So now the challenge is, when do we use the past simple and the past continuous together in the same sentence? We use the past continuous for something going on, in the background, and we use the past simple to interrupt the ongoing action, okay? Para interrumpir eso que estaba ocurriendo. So I was walking in the streets when suddenly a man came and tried to kill me, okay? Okay? Or, I was driving my car when I suddenly saw a woman on the road, and or we were doing the exam when my mobile phone rang, okay? Sonó mi móvil. We were doing the exam. So that's the first thing. We use when to introduce the action. Oh, fuck. So that's the first use. We use when to introduce the action. And the second use is with the words while, as, and when. Todas significan mientras. So, while I was doing the exam, my phone rang. Or, as I was doing my exam, mientras hacía mi examen, as I was doing my exam, my phone rang. Or when I was doing my exam, okay? Here it's important in the writing, especially to use a comma, la coma. So, while I was having a shower, comma, someone knocked at the door, okay? So those are the uses of the past simple and the past continuous together. Now you're ready to speak in the past. And, the final thing that you need are some common mistakes. The first one is the difference between the present perfect and the past simple. You need to be careful. We use the past simple when the action is complete, finished, closed. Okay, something in the past that remained and stayed in the past. It doesn't have any importance in the present. So you say, I lived in Paris, Maybe then I went to a different country, maybe I came back to Spain, but I say, I lived in Paris, in 2005, I lived in Paris. Or you can say, Julio César lived in Rome, vivió en Roma, but it's not relevant now, is it? But if you use the present perfect, it's because something started in the past, but it's still relevant for the present. You say, I have lived in Murcia. I've lived in Murcia for 5 years now. Okay, vivo en Murcia desde hace 5 años. I am still in Murcia. Okay, so it started in the past, and I'm still in the same place. Okay. So that's the first thing. And the second biggest mistake, and be really careful, is the pronunciation of the past simple. It's very, very important to distinguish between the present and the past. And the only way you can distinguish between the two tenses is the pronunciation, the proper pronunciation of the past simple. So if you say, I play football, are you talking about today? Are you talking about yesterday? I play football, present simple. I played football. I played football yesterday. Okay? So you need to learn the pronunciation. And on the blog, on Daway, there is an article I wrote in Curso Inglés Fonética that you can read to learn the proper pronunciation. Okay, or at least the basic pronunciation of the past simple. Okay, so we only use ed, we only pronounce the ed, la famosa ed, when a verb finishes in t or d, cuando termina en t o en d. So need, I needed, necesitaba, I needed you. Okay, and started, because it finishes with a t. The rest of the cases, I played, it rained, llovió, it rained. Okay, you need to look at the article. So I really suggest reading the article and practicing. Okay, I always say the same. You have to practice aloud. You have to repeat in front of a mirror, and you have to speak alone. Okay, when you are at home, you speak alone. Right now, when you are listening to this podcast, you can repeat. Right now you can actually repeat, as you listen to this podcast, you can repeat after me. Okay, but the important thing is to practice, to use the language. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed and learned a lot in this class, and I hope to see you next time. Have a good day. Cheers.